Is time real? Not what time is it, but is time itself real? This question might sound like a philosophical thought experiment you'd hear at 3 a.m. from a friend who's had too much caffeine. But physicists have been asking it seriously for decades, and the deeper they look, the weirder it gets. Because time, as we experience it, might not be what we think. Let's start with the basics. Right now, you feel like time is flowing, past behind you, future ahead, and the present constantly moving forward. But according to physics, there's no evidence that this flow exists at all. It's just how your brain interprets change. Einstein, that Einstein, once said, "The distinction between past, present, and future is only a stubbornly persistent illusion." He wasn't being poetic, he meant it. Mathematically, the equations that describe the universe, from Newtonian physics to quantum mechanics, don't require time to flow. They work just fine forwards or backwards. It's as if the universe doesn't care about direction. Only we do. Imagine pressing rewind on a video. The laws of physics would still apply perfectly. Gravity pulls, objects move, atoms behave. Nothing about the math breaks. It's symmetrical. So if the laws of physics don't care about past or future, why do we? The answer might lie in entropy, the measure of disorder in a system. The second law of thermodynamics says entropy always increases. That's why things break but don't unbreak, why eggs crack but don't uncrack, and why your room gets messy but never spontaneously cleans itself. This arrow of entropy gives us a direction. The past had lower entropy. Future has higher entropy, and that's basically what we perceive as time moving forward. So maybe time doesn't really flow. Maybe we're just moving through a universe that gets messier, but it gets weirder. Einstein's theory of relativity also showed us that time is not absolute. It's flexible. If you move very fast, like near the speed of light, time literally slows down for you compared to someone standing still. This is not a metaphor. It's been tested with atomic clocks on airplanes and satellites. It's why GPS systems have to correct for time dilation, or your directions would be totally off. Even gravity affects time. The closer you are to a strong gravitational field, like a black hole, the slower time ticks for you compared to someone farther away. This means time can stretch, bend, and warp. So, what even is time? Some scientists argue that time is just a dimension, like space. You don't think of left or up as flowing. They just are. Maybe time is the same. Every moment, past, present, and future, exists simultaneously in a kind of block universe. In this view, you aren't moving through time. You're just experiencing one slice of a giant 4D loaf of space-time. Your birth, your last birthday, and the moment you're watching this video all coexist. You just can't access them all at once. It's unsettling, but kind of beautiful. If true, it means every moment you've ever lived still exists somewhere. But okay, Charmaine, if time might not be real, how do we experience it so vividly? Our brains are time machines. Not literally, but in how they handle memory, prediction, and rhythm. We remember the past, but not the future. We process events in a linear sequence, and we're constantly simulating what comes next. That creates the illusion of flow. Your brain stitches together moments like frames in a movie. It edits, compresses, sometimes even rewrites the timeline, especially in dreams or memories. That present moment you feel? It's a construction, a very convincing one. In fact, research shows your brain operates on a delay, about 80 milliseconds, but you never notice because it fills in the gaps. It's like you're watching a live stream with just enough buffering to feel real. Even weirder, when your brain predicts something accurately, like when catching a ball, it feels like you're reacting instantly. But really, your brain guessed the future. A split second early, so part of what we call now might actually be the future. Time isn't just flexible, it's hackable. In labs, researchers have found ways to manipulate time perception. For example, when you're scared, say during a car crash, your brain records more details per second. That makes the memory feel longer. It's not that time slowed down, it's that your brain went into overdrive. Conversely, when you're bored or doing something repetitive, your brain checks out. and time feels slower in the moment, but faster in hindsight. That's why entire months can blur together when nothing interesting happens. So if time is this strange, can we travel through it? Kinda. Going forward is easy, just wait. Or move really fast, or hang out near a black hole and you'll jump to the future via time dilation. But going backwards, that's where physics hits a wall. Some theories, like certain solutions to Einstein's equations, allow for closed time-like curves, basically loops in spacetime that could permit time travel. But they usually require exotic matter or negative energy, stuff we haven't found yet, or might not exist at all. And even if they did, the paradoxes are messy. Like the classic grandfather paradox, what happens if you go back and prevent your grandparents from meeting? Do you disappear or create a new timeline? Some physicists say quantum mechanics might allow branching realities, multiverses, where every possible version of events plays out. So maybe time travel doesn't rewrite history, it just forks it, but that's still theoretical. For now, the past is out of reach, and the future? Already coming, whether we like it or not. So, is time real? It depends what you mean by real. Time is incredibly useful. It helps us organize reality, build calendars, launch rockets, bake cakes, and make YouTube videos. But when you dig into the physics, time becomes less like a flowing river, and more like a landscape, static, eternal, already written. Maybe what's real is change, and time is just how we measure it. Or maybe we're just not equipped to understand it fully. After all, fish don't notice water and we're swimming in time. But now it's your turn to mess with someone's head. Send this video to a friend and ask them, what if the future already exists? Then sit back and enjoy the existential crisis.